Welcome to On the Record with Spike. Every week we give you a taste of Arizona's homegrown talents with a live show and an interview behind the scenes with the men and women behind the music. This week, a one-man show best known for the ability to make music by himself and make a thought become a reality. It's R.I.P. All right, now let's step backstage for a moment and talk to the band. R.I.P. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, this name R.I.P. obviously rest in peace is what that means, but it probably means something different to you. So why don't you tell me what does that mean to you?
Man, it has like a million different meanings, and if I had to choose my favorite one, I probably couldn't. But I would say like the initial idea stemmed from me struggling with death anxiety and like always feeling like everything has to be perfect or like everything I've ever done like needs to have this and that, just so like it's there when I'm dead and gone and like I have a legacy. But I didn't really think about like using that as an outlet until I rewatched one of my favorite childhood shows, and there's a little band with like these two-headed brothers in Ruby Gloom, and their band is called R.I.P. And my favorite episode when I was little is when they go to Gloomapalooza. It's like it's so funny. It's like a little gothic cartoon from the 2000s.
I can't remember which one that is. Was that the one with like the death guy? You know what I'm talking about?
No, that's a different one that was
Mandy
on
and
Cartoon Network.
something.
Yeah, that one's good too. That was like Foster's Home era. The one
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about had Ruby Gloom, which is a girl with like red hair, and then she has a best friend who's like a little skull boy, a bat who plays drums.
Oh, okay. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, now I
That was
remember.
my favorite thing
Dude,
when I
that
was little.
was fire cartoon when I was a kid. That was one of those cartoons that like you didn't get to see enough.
Yeah,
Like, oh my gosh.
it was
when that
definitely
came on.
rare from the era too,
Mhm.
because Ruby Gloom started as a character similar to Hello Kitty, just like within the gothic subculture
Mhm.
in the early 2000s, and then they turned it into a TV show.
I love it. We'll pick up this conversation in a bit, but for now, the stage is calling. let's go back to the studio with the band to hear what they have to say. Wow, that's a great origin story. And I could tell, just looking at you, I hope you don't take this as an insult, but just looking at you, it's like I can tell you have that impending doom. And I can
Oh,
relate
thanks.
because, oh, thanks. I can tell because, like, I've definitely got that myself, and I've struggled
Oh
with that.
yeah.
It's hard to say whether it's a struggle or if it's a blessing because it makes it so it's like I get up in the mornings, like
Mhm.
I'm not about to waste a day, and I could see that within you. I'm not about to waste an opportunity, anything like that. But it could also be very overwhelming. Like, yo, we're gonna die, so you got to get everything in. You got to do stuff every waking hour. There's gonna be enough time to rest when we're dead, which yeah, like I was saying, it could be so beneficial, but it's just exhausting thinking like
Yeah.
that.
And it also like it's always bad for you too because it's harder to accept failure, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
And especially like it's I have to be honest here, I'm a trans man in Arizona.
Mhm.
That's very hard to deal with. So like,
That's a tough place
yeah.
and time to be doing
So,
that.
I always got to count my wins when I get them cuz sometimes they're far and few between.
I mean, the world is against you. A trans black man, like,
Exactly, yeah.
yo, you might as well just like freaking jump off a cliff yourself. You're about to, man. You're doing great though. I'm amazed with what you've managed to accomplish, and your confidence is there too. So
Oh, thank you.
I love it. So do you plan on taking RIP very far, or is it just like you're making your way towards like you're filling the time in between when you could have a solid band?
So, like, I would say that my band is solid. Shout out Reprisal, Death Thrash, here in AZ. I love my boys. They're like my brothers. But, there's always scheduling that gets in the way. I'm starting a new job soon, so I'm going to have to, like, adjust my weekends.
Hmm.
Just little things like that that do give me that time to fill the space and make my own stuff. But really, it's that I knew that no matter what I did in life, I would have to make these songs. Like, it was just within me somewhere. Like, when I was little, they used to, like, let me go to social gatherings just to dance. Like when your parents say, do that little dance you be doing. Like, that was very much my family. So then they started giving me the instruments. Started on drums, then picked up guitar,
Oh, they
then in
set
high
you up.
school, I picked up bass, and then they bought me one last Christmas. So it was just like them leading me to the place where I had the opportunity to like fulfill that dream, even if I never said it to their face. So,
Wow, I love that. Yeah, you know, I love families that like they put their kids out there like, "Come on, do the dance for everybody. We're at the family guy." I love it. It can be so embarrassing, but those are some soul-changing moments right there.
and it was definitely. I mean, I grew up in a church as well. So,
That's a very different atmosphere.
yeah, so I started drumming there. I started on the box drum, little cajon,
Okay.
breaking my back on Sundays for the Lord. You got to do what you got to do.
Oh
And then they
man.
moved me up to the big drum set, and it was like a moment. And even then, they had said to me, like, I love what you do with the kick drum. It makes me feel like I'm at a metal concert. Like, you bring so much energy to
In the
it.
church, they're like, "Yo, you sound like a metal drummer. I need you to
Yeah,
get on stage."
it's so funny, but it's definitely where I ended up. So it makes me feel more secure in my path, like God's plan type of thing.
God's plan, brother. So, do you still drum at the church? Is that still a thing?
Nah. Part of it is because it's just so far away.
It's just so
My
far
church is
away.
about an hour out, and I have
Yeah,
to
that's a
adjust
drive,
everything.
man. I've noticed with every band I've ever played with, I've played in 11 plus bands, and I've played with like three church drummers, maybe two church drummers, and they are always the best. Like, I don't know what it is about drumming at the church, but yo,
It
church
just
drummers can drum,
it puts the
man.
soul into you sometimes, and
Puts the
sometimes you
Holy
need that.
Spirit.
And like I was self-taught when it comes to drum set. Most of the drum set stuff I learned on my own, and I didn't get proper teaching until I reached freshman year, and that was all for quads and snare drum and marching band.
I'm getting antsy. Let's listen to some more tunes.
finding a new place. Then like a bird, a change of pace, you leave without a trace. Being left with nothing more than real love on our face. But there is something in the sky that tells me you are done with me. And when you look at me, my worries pass by such a great degree. Oh, baby, it's time. Flying faster than we know, but I know where to go. It's a good reminder of who you could have known. But like a bird, a change of pace, you find what true love is. Being left with nothing more than life just as it is.
All right, let's step away so we can have a quick conversation with the band.
Like, I was playing church drums in 7th and 8th grade, and I had started drumming in, like, 6th grade. So it wasn't
Wow.
even that much of a time skip, really.
That comes with the impending doom. Not to circle back too much, but with that impending doom, and that's kind of a crazy way to say it, impending doom, but that really
No, I
encompasses it,
understand.
though. I feel like that's just like how you say it. And that makes it so it's really easy to pick up stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
you can really hone in your time. It's kind of an ADHD type side effect where it's like, all right, now I'm invested in this. But
Yeah.
instead of like ADHD, you make a project and you don't finish it. It's like we finish it, and then all of a sudden now you're like a fantastic drummer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I definitely have both of, like, the things on the ADHD spectrum, though. Because, like, with my music, like, the ones I'm about to give to you, I would say they're unfinished. And it, like, really pisses me off. Because that's part of why I took this program, was so that, like, eventually I can just do it all myself. And
Oh,
that would
yeah.
be, like, my biggest thing ever. And, like, I'd actually have something to work behind. Because these songs I've been writing since I was, like, 14. Like, I'd say SOY, I finished when I was 15, wrote it when I was 14. Um, Oblivion, I put it out on YouTube after making it on Audacity when I was
Audacity?
15. Yeah.
Whoa.
So that one's, like, really
Throwback.
old. So, like, a lot of the grainy textures and everything, a lot of it's purposeful, but I want it to be perfect. And that's, like, very much the difference and why I will leave a project unfinished. Because it's like, if I don't like it, it's not done.
Well, here's the thing. You can't be too hard on yourself because the music is not just yours. Like, the people need to have this music,
Yeah.
You got to give it to the world. And also, that's another thing that, like, you have to find the balance within the impending doom. It's like, it could never be perfect, but also it's going to be too late by the time it is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like you gotta put it out there. I'm sad that it couldn't be more perfected for this show that we're showing the people, but guess what? It's still great.
Yeah.
And we're gonna come back. Don't worry, people. We're gonna come back. We're gonna give you another finished, polished taste of R.I.P. Don't even
Definitely.
fret. So I've got another big question for you. This is a very different question. So in the church, are they welcoming of your musical lifestyle and even just your lifestyle?
Definitely my family members, because what's special about growing up in that church was my aunt was a musician. She almost sung every weekend.
Oh, really?
My uncle played bass guitar, and he was there almost every weekend.
Oh,
My
wow.
cousins grew up in that church. I grew up in that church. My great grandfather, which is her father, used to be a pastor there. So
Oh, way back.
yeah, like, it's just entirely, like, family connected. And I made friends that I would consider siblings there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, siblings within the Lord, and they'll always be there for me. but it was definitely difficult coming out. Like, especially because I found out so young. Like, I was during the time drumming, like 7th or 8th grade.
Oh, you
And
already knew?
what sucks too is one time it just shook me, man, and nobody knows, but this is kind of personal. Pastor, who is my friend's father, is praying over everyone. I'm back behind the drums, and he mentioned something about daughters and sons and how the Lord will always protect us. And I started crying when he said sons. And like nobody really saw it. And I always try to find that tape because they live stream every service there.
Mm-hmm.
Can never find it. But that was just one of the moments when I knew.
Like they were accepting you?
Not even accepting me, but just that I knew that I was going to be different. But the Lord at least would accept me. Like no matter what my family was going to say, no matter what my friends were going to say, like somebody's got me. That place will always be there for me. The Lord will always be there for me. Like,
Always.
and that's one thing. Like, I had to kind of separate myself from being what everybody would stereotypically think of as a Black Christian. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, being part of the LGBT community and Christian and, believing in the things I do is very odd for
Yeah,
most.
it's far out, you know?
But being myself is what's going to get me where I need to be.
Yeah, you're a pioneer of types, man. I love it. That's a glimpse into the process. Now, let's get back to the music. Let's go back to the studio with the band to hear what they have to say. I love to see what you're doing here. It's great that you're not scared. This is a scary world, and you're pushing through anyways.
Yeah, and even when I do get scared, I know who to fall back on. I know, like, where my people are. And I even made so many new people here, and it's just amazing to see and be around.
Oh yeah, that brings me back to making your music, making it a reality. We can do it here. You've came to the right place, man. You get yourself driving, and you can manage to make your way to my house. Like, I've got the equipment. I've got a Scarlett 18 i20. I got the drum set. I got the microphones and stuff, and I love to help anybody make music. Just to be a part of music is what I've dreamed of my whole life. So
Same.
I love making people's music a reality. And if you're nice enough, letting me put my own flavor into it somewhere
Of
along
course,
the lines.
yeah.
We were jamming the other day, and it's like, yo, if we sat down together for a little bit, I guarantee you we could be a unstoppable team, man.
Yeah, it'd be beautiful. And like that's one thing too is you can definitely tell that I'm gothic from the way I dress and like I'm in a metal band and it's carried within my energy and like the music that I make. Like some of this is going to be very heavy to listen to. But I dabble in all types of styles. So like it's really whatever you need, Spike, and whatever anybody else would need if I do consider producing when I get older.
Well, I'm so willing to like mold to your style. That's what makes a good song, and that's what makes good new music is when
Yeah.
you clash, I clash, and we find ourselves a common ground, and then
Mesh it.
bam, little
Mhm.
musical baby is born. I love it.
I
So,
love musical babies.
hey, I make musical babies left and right, man. I'm a musical whore. Oh, I probably can't say that. I gotta cut that one out. So, have you performed live with any of this stuff? Is that even possible? Like, can you get a
So-
pedal board? Can you get something like that?
The thing is, I'm looking into it and I kind of always thought about it. But until this music is finished, I'm not really doing anything unless I do like shows before I release it just to like ease people into it. But the thing that makes my music special is I don't know if anybody's seen my YouTube channel. You might have to go dig for it.
Promote yourself, man. Where can
But-
we find it?
RIP 24_24. 24 is my favorite number. Don't tell nobody. But I made music videos of song covers. And the thing is, if I'm doing this, I'm meshing all of my talents and having videos play in the background of me playing the other instruments along with graphics and like movie scenes and things that inspired it, just going crazy in the background. And I don't know which of my instruments to pick. Like, am I going to pick a guitar and sing? Am I going to drum and sing? Am I just going to run around and scream? Because there's a lot of, like, screaming in my music.
No, I've heard some of your stuff. It's like, yeah, that's totally the vibe some of the times. Just
Yeah. It's
running
like
around screaming. With your head.
gothic hardcore. So if you put, like, hardcore, like, music and hardcore meanings over, like, a gothic kind of spooky, punky track, that's definitely what you get. So it's like, I don't know. Keeping up with myself is sometimes harder than making it.
Oh my gosh, that can be more true. You had to keep up with your own brain. You know, I'm just looking at you sometimes. It's like, what has she got going on in there? What is he? Sorry, what has he got going on in there? What is that? What's going on in that brain of his?
There's probably 5 different things at once, especially if it looks like I'm trying not to laugh. Like, I promise you, I am going insane. Like,
Oh my gosh. All right, I got one closing question here for you. Where can they find your music? What can they expect from RIP? When is our next album coming up? Give it all to me.
so, look me up on Instagram. Same thing, RIP24_24. There's also Reese_Shanklin, first and last name. I hide a lot of my projects within Instagram and YouTube. Look for that there. But as far as things go, I'm just building things up. I also am really into photography and film, as I've mentioned. You can find a lot of those works on Instagram under the same handle.
That's beautiful. All right, thank you, RIP, for joining me in the studio today.
Of course. Have a good one, Spike.
Authorities do want peaceful demonstrations and are keeping a close watch on this.
enemies are showing on my brain on stage. Give me another chance, I'll put a motherfucking Mona Lisa we can dance. Say what you wanna be, otherwise I'll be baby so it won't affect me. Free with the way that the world is sick of it.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been On the Record with Spike.